Groovy!
Hey, you're listening to the bonus episode of Cotangents, the show where we talk about things that are tangentially relevant together. In the studio, we've got myself, Kelyn, your tallest tangent.
You got me, the secret tangent, except now we're all the secret tangent in this episode. I'm Ethan, the talkative tangent.
And here today, replacing Justin, I am Matt, the temporary tangent.
All right, so I found this really cool tool online. It's a sort of AI thing. It looks at different sort of inspirational images across the internet, and then it generates its own with its own like random text and background. It's really cool.
Okay. All right. I'll have to see it to believe it.
All right. So I'm hitting generate now. It's generating something dank. Okay.
Oh, no.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So it's got this great picture. It's a couple sitting on a dock.
Oh.
And it says, "You did not wake up today to kick your boss."
But what if
That's
I
it?
did?
But what if...
That's the only reason I woke up today.
That's the motivational part, though. You didn't. You gotta restrain yourself. As much as you want to kick your boss, you need that job. You need to go to college and get an education so you can get a different job.
Well, what does the doc mean?
The doc? Maybe
Maybe...
one of them is the boss, right?
Okay.
But they just got married,
Okay.
which
Getting married
is
to your
questionable.
boss. Yeah,
I mean,
that is very
that's
questionable.
not kicking somebody.
That
It
is-
is not kicking. Marriage is not
succeeded.
kicking. It can lead to kicking, but it is not kicking.
It is not. Don't get those two confused. I do all the time.
Yeah. They're
If
very
you're
similar.
kicking people at your wedding, you're probably doing it wrong.
Probably. I mean...
Or are you doing it very right?
or if you start marrying the football, I mean, I don't know.
I think your life is all sorts of messed up if that's what you're doing.
Yeah? All right. So, I've been thinking again, and I know I start every conversation with this, but I have been thinking, because I do that a lot,
As you do.
as I do, and I have been thinking about stuffed animals, and I guess I shouldn't ask who started it, because there's an actual answer to that, but like, what are you guys' thoughts on stuffed animals?
You're saying
Like,
why?
Okay.
Yeah, why?
I think we need to make a clarification. What kind of stuffed animals are you talking about? Are you talking about like plushy kids stuffed animals or like taxonomy?
Not taxonomy. I'm talking about plush. I
Okay.
am not talking about...
You could say that plush is like a kid's version of taxonomy.
Oh, is that how it started?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
That's
Possible.
whoa.
But I mean, I can understand that, like, having an animal and being like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, an animal that you wouldn't normally be able to have, and then it's like, oh, cool. It's like I have it. I don't know.
But it's not because it's just a
Yeah.
stuffed animal.
Taxidermied animals aren't really that comforting. Not as comforting as plush animals. that
Right,
is.
but I was talking about plush animals.
Right. So, what do you guys think about plush animals?
It's like for people who want their kids to have pets but don't want to deal with the responsibility of having a
Yeah.
pet. Or if your child is like, I want a polar bear for a pet, and they're like, sure, yeah, we can do that. So you give them a stuffed polar bear and hope that they'll think it's just as good.
I don't know, man. In my house, we have 3 cats, and none of them like to be held. And so sometimes I do like stuffed animals, because I don't like actually like have my room filled with stuffed animals. But sometimes I was at a theme park and someone like got me a stuffed animal, and I was like, I like this, and it's nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, so full disclosure here. I'm just going to say I'm not a big fan of stuffed animals. I only have like 50 in my room. It's not something I'm very into. But just like when you don't have a pet, or like your pet doesn't want to be held or whatever, like having a stuffed animal can just kind of fill that niche,
Yeah?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I had so many stuffed animals, like I could completely hide my entire body with them.
Really?
And it making a pile of stuffed animals on the floor, and just laying on top of it.
That's
pretty great.
That's
pretty
animal
great.
abuse.
Don't
I'm
you
sorry.
have-
I'm gonna have to call PETA about this.
Don't you have that huge stuffed animal that you got at Worlds of Fun?
Wait, the blue
Kevin.
ape Kevin.
No, that
wasn't me.
That wasn't you.
No.
Okay.
I have a brother with the same name.
You do have a brother with the
Ironically.
same name. He is also a big ape.
who happens to also have a very, very large stuffed tiger.
He does.
He does.
Did you get that? Did you get that
have
at
you
the
seen
park?
it?
I don't think I have.
You haven't. It's as big as you are. It's
Oh my
enormous.
gosh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be more comforting than like a chihuahua. Am I right? Like just a
Having an enormous like tiger in your room.
yeah. I think they fill that void, and I like them a lot. I don't get why sometimes people are like, "What? You have stuffed animals?"
Have you experienced somebody who said this exact thing to you?
No, you know what? Honestly, I think it's just self-deprecation, or not self-deprecation, but like my own like. I guess it would be if someone did that, it would be like a self-fulfilled prophecy.
Right.
It was kind of fulfilling my own prophecy
You're-
because I was the one that was thinking that.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pay someone to walk up with you and just you know what? You're stuffed animals.
There's like a gender gap here, right? Like
What?
it's acceptable for females to have stuffed animals longer than it is for males to have stuffed animals.
That is true.
right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any adult, is it not okay?
Any adult? I don't know.
I don't know. You see.
I think if it's a
people-
female and she has
yeah.
like one stuffed animal on her bed or something, it's
Yeah, that's
I don't
There's
know.
a lot of people you see, like, especially females, like just like in the back seat of their car, like on the back window. There's stuff
Oh
across
yeah.
the
Yeah,
back.
I
yeah.
know. Cars especially.
Yeah.
I have been in. Yeah.
But if like a college dude has a stuffed animal in the back window of his car, it's like, what are you doing, dog?
I'm
Yeah.
just imagining my brother's enormous stuffed tiger. The whole it's big enough. It covers the whole back windshield. Like it's laying across the whole thing. You're driving behind this person, and you can't figure out whether it's a real tiger. I'm gonna get behind somebody else.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess to go on a tangent from here, we did talk about. This isn't coming out of nowhere. We did talk about theme parks, and I know that Matthew. I know that you really like theme parks because I went to a theme park with you, and we enjoyed a lot more. We enjoyed. A lot, like all of the rides, and I enjoyed them a lot more than I thought. And so I want to know what your thoughts are, Kelyn, and you can feel free to put in your input. now.
Okay. So my thing, I don't really like roller coasters.
No.
No.
Okay.
Which is a little strange if you think about it.
It
I do have a strong stomach and I don't get easily dizzy. But for some reason, like I
It's-
just don't like roller coasters.
It's something different.
It is something different, and I don't know. Like I don't like if I'm watching a movie and it has something gross in it or whatever. I don't feel sick or whatever. I'm fine. And if I'm doing basically anything else, like go-karts or something, I don't know. Maybe something that makes you dizzy. That's a bad example, but
Right.
like I don't easily get dizzy. So you'd think I would like roller coasters, but I just don't. I get this weird like tingling feeling in my hands whenever I ride them for some reason. It's really
That's what you want.
Yeah, it's the adrenaline,
That's what you're
man.
there for. I live off adrenaline.
no.
It's
no,
not
no,
about.
that's
It's not about getting
adrenaline.
dizzy. It's about that adrenaline.
Yeah.
But what you got to do is you got to get the adrenaline like all the way. Like it's like a feeling you feel down your spine. Like and the more you get into it, the more it extends. Like,
Yeah.
I can't describe it. It's great.
Yeah. You are definitely more of a roller coaster connoisseur, Matthew, than I am. But yeah, the most recent time I went to Worlds of Fun, I was like, I'm not gonna like these because I just didn't like roller coasters.
Right.
But I was scared, and it just turns out like it's just a really enjoyable experience now. Just to get to, like, I mean, I don't know how many times I'd go on a ride by myself, but I think it's a really enjoyable experience with another person.
People always say try new things, but another thing is try things you've tried before that you didn't like before.
That's definitely true.
You know what I always say? Try things before that you tried before and you liked.
Well, that's a safe way to live your life.
That's a very safe way to live.
But yeah,
That being roller coasters.
Right. Okay,
So-
so you're a roller coaster expert, right, Matt? According to Ethan.
According to Ethan.
I'd call him a roller coaster expert.
Okay, so which one of the roller coasters is your favorite at Worlds of Fun? Because I need to know what to ride.
Okay. So if you're not used to roller coasters, you should start with the Patriot because you are so strapped in and it is very comfortable. But the Mamba has the most potential because it's like straight down.
Okay.
To get the full experience, you need to be in the front row of the Mamba, and you need to like close your eyes, lift up your hands, so you're like
Lift up your
floating
feet.
all the way. You got to be like levitating in your seat, so you are free falling.
It is.
Oh, man.
That's the only way to
It's
get like the
nice.
whole experience. And there's 2 full loops of that. It's
Right.
or
Okay.
hills.
You know they have that thing where they hoist you up really, really high and they let you go. It's pretty expensive.
Oh,
The
dude.
ripcord.
The ripcord. I had the opportunity to go on that one time, and I was just for free because people were going to pay for me, and I did not go.
You've missed out, son.
I did, but I don't know. That's still more scary to me. But maybe that's just because it's unknown to me.
The ripcord seems the ripcord seems really good. Like I've gone on like zip lines and stuff like that, and the ripcord seems fun, even though I've never really been on it. But like
You're less scared of the ripcord.
I am.
What?
I don't know. Maybe
I feel like it wouldn't feel the same once you were up there. I've done the ripcord, and like it's the same kind of thing where you're in the free fall, but it feels less forced than the Mamba because on the Mamba you're like you have to lift yourself up and get into the free fall, but there you pull a cord and you're going.
You have
It's-
no.
and you go
input.
back and forth over and over. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, but once you're
You got
swinging
chills.
back and forth, like the line is taut, and so like you're not. It's not as bad anymore.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But the thing is, to continue farther, when you're up there, you're flat, but as soon as you pull it, you kind of you see my hand, but like you tilt down, so you're zooming head first towards
Oh.
the ground. Yeah. And
yeah.
it like curves in an arc, but you're looking right down, and right where that is, there's like the little like decorative waterfall that flows into the thing. So you're like going way up, like so high. You're going head first straight down into this waterfall. You're like covered in rocks.
Oh man.
That's what's good.
Okay. All right.
And what you said about the one you start on, I think that's really important.
Yeah. Because if you start on the wrong one and you get off on a bad experience and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, nope, I'm out. Roller coasters are awful. Yeah.
I do you think someone should start on the ripcord?
Some people could start that, but
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the absolute opposite of dipping your toe into the water.
But
Just
yeah, and
going-
that works for some people. Just
Yeah, it
jumping
does.
straight in. But
Certainly. If you can handle the ripcord, I think you can handle anything.
if you're forced into the ripcord and you're up there, and after you do it, nothing else is going to seem as bad.
yeah.
But
Even the ripcord again.
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing's as hard when you've done it once.
Because I know Toblerone, my good friend.
Torbjorn.
Toblerone.
My good friend Torbjorn.
Yeah.
Has Torbjorn done the ripcord?
Yeah, well, no, but Torbjorn, I remember he went on the what was the one that's wood made entirely? It's the one.
Oh, the-
Timberwolf?
the
or
Was it the
Prowl?
Timberwolf?
Yeah, Timberwolf.
There's two.
There's two. Which one's the more shaky?
The Timberwolf. Well, the Timberwolf is more violent, and the Prowler is more like rattly.
Yeah, no, it was the Timberwolf. I remember we took Torbjorn on the Timberwolf, and he just for the rest of the day he didn't go on any of the rides because
man.
he, which is understandable because
That's
it was
the
not
worst place to start.
It is, and it wasn't my input. I'm just going to put that out there.
did
Actually,
this?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It probably was somewhat because I wanted to do it, and I had already done the other ones, and you always want to go on with friends.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll end off the bonus episode here with another Inspirobot. It's a nice, beautiful picture of a couple walking on the beach.
Oh,
And,
Do you think Matthew could read it for us?
Sure.
will do that.
If you would like to read it.
it says, once you understand how to fool him, you understand how to trap him. Well, I feel like it's a lot easier to trap somebody. This is kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd like to think they're the same people.
I find it more amusing because there's this woman and this man walking across the beach like with their arms around each other. And you just feel like she's planning something. I don't trust this woman.
She's fooled
She's a
him.
vampire.
No, that's what it is. That's what it is. She's lured him in.
There's like a pitfall on this beach. And it's like
She
she's walking
seduced her
just at
boss.
the edge.
She seduced him.
No, she's just at the edge of the pitfall where she's walking on the sand and he's just gonna fall in like
Wait.
straight out of her arms.
Wait, are you saying she seduced her boss?
Yeah, because remember the first one was about not
Right,
picking your
right.
boss. She really hated her boss, and she's also a vampire.
So you followed the first advice, and then now that you've married your boss, you know how to fool him. Now you can trap him and kick him.
She's a toe vampire. She doesn't absorb blood through her teeth. She kicks people, and then that's how she gains her vampire
Yep.
powers.
Genius.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our social media. We're giving away a CD of Modern Day Nights. It's one of the last in existence, and it is signed by the band. So be sure to comment on our Facebook or down in the comment section of this video if you want that CD. Thanks for listening.